I love your name, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I lost it again. No! I don't. You would think I would know how the script goes, but I don't. Hi, you guys are watching. No, wrong one. Wrong one here. Hi, you guys are watching the Mac and Cheese podcast. I'm your host, Mary, and Cassie will be the co-host. The new co-host now. We can officially say that. Will be her. Please follow her. Her social media will be in the below in the description because I know it's difficult right now because some of us are switching social medias. And okay, that's it for the bio.
Sounds good. You can also see my that's my Twitter and my Blue Sky, so whichever one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, mine's the same. My Twitter or Blue Sky.
Although, just be warned, I have not started using Blue Sky yet, so my account is there, but there's nothing on it.
Same. So we won against the Bears. That's an important thing to say, right?
Very important.
So we won Bears Week. Is the
by fingertip.
You know what's funny about that?
What's funny?
Peter almost made me call Nick or Ryan's episode that, like, by a fingertip. And he didn't even know the reference.
It's a fitting title, so.
I know, but I didn't. It's now called like cheese into cheddar or something like that because Nick said that for Ryan. And I'm like, I like that better. Because it like cheese, mac and cheese. Like it works.
I like it.
It works. And then we put a sloth in a grill because I told you the different reference. Yeah. Actually, the sloth has something different, which I can tell you behind the scenes.
All right.
That's not out yet. Okay. Like I said, we won Bears Week. Were you excited? Were you nervous?
Going into any rivalry week, I'm always nervous. It doesn't matter who it is, even if it's the Bears, who we've won now 11 straight. It doesn't matter. It's a rival. There's always going to be nerves going into every NFC North game. And Bears Week is no different. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I was confident in our team, but like I said, I think in the last episode, you never know which Packers team is going to show up week to week. Right. This Packers team that showed up against the Bears wasn't a great one.
No.
The offense looked a little bit better, but couldn't really finish drives in the rate that we would like. But yeah, definitely some nerves going into the game. How about you?
I will say, for me, I had a different experience, as you know. So I went to a bar this week. So I knew I was going to this bar, and this bar is wild. Like, I have pictures from it, but I'm not going to show them on here just because there's other people involved in it. And I really don't want to do that. Actually, it's on a video. Never mind. Never mind on that. So it was fun for me personally. There was a lot of Packer fans for where I was watching it at, besides 2 Bears fans, I think, and like 10 more that came in after halftime. But I agree. It's a rivalry kind of now. So I was nervous because we're going into a rivalry and we won, but it's the Bears who looked terrible last week against the Patriots.
And you never know. Going in, I had no idea how they would perform after firing their offensive coordinator. So unfortunately, it looked a lot better.
So, but now the Bears have footage of what their offensive coordinator does, though, or whoever they chose.
Yep.
Which is helpful, I guess, because the Bears play the Vikings next week. The Vikings.
Gross. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, but like I said, I trust the Vikings more than I do the Bears right now for that game.
Yeah.
I don't know because Sam Darnold has been throwing interceptions, though.
That's true, but the Vikings, I think, are the more well-rounded team. They have
Yeah.
a good coaching staff, so yeah, I like the Vikings in that game.
Also, the Bears' offensive linemen are trash.
I mean, except for when they play the Packers, apparently.
But we got 3 sacks on them, though.
Barely.
Yeah, true.
I mean, non-existent 95% of the game. So
Yeah. What do you think the cause of that was?
honestly, the underperformance of our front seven. I don't know what's going on with them, but Rashawn Gary hasn't been doing well. Kenny Clark has been basically non-existent.
Lucas Van Ness is another one, I have to say.
Who?
Lucas Van Ness, 90.
He's not rounding out to a first rounder at this point.
No.
So.
But do you think it's because we lost Person Smith?
No, because even he was underperforming. So, yeah, I don't know what the deal is, but hopefully they figure it out at some point. I wish Halfley or whoever goes back to, I think it was the Titans game where they had Rashawn Gary kind of doing a rounds into the middle.
Yeah.
And he was getting a lot of success doing that. So I hope that we see more of that going, which I don't know why we haven't seen any of it going in these past however many weeks have been since the Titans game. So hopefully it goes back to that.
Really quick, like I told you guys, I went to a Packers bar, so this was one of the pictures that someone took. It's like all green and gold, as you can tell. So that was the bar that I went to on Sunday. That's just a picture of it. Everywhere was decked out green and gold, confetti, you name it.
I think we all want to know about the energy. How is the vibes?
Why am I thinking about showing you guys right now? I've rolled the barrel. One thing I did not get is that kick. I did not get the kick. All our reactions is the one thing I did not get, and I wish we did. But the energy was high. Like, this was after the game. Like, this was after, like, yelling. Like, that was after the game. So it was like everything like that. Energy was really, really high. And I think it's because, so every single time they do a touchdown at this bar, right, there's a gorilla, aka our new mascot, apparently, and a clown. And they do roll the barrel. And they go throughout all the audience, all the crowd, and like dance, shake hands with everyone, right? So they get the energy pumped up. Yeah. So before the game, we did the Bears still suck. After the game, we did the Bears still suck. And we did a conga line after the win. So it's crazy. I think it's because the DJ too. Because this bar that I went to, it's called the Oasis in Naples. And I'm only saying it because we might live stream from there soon. So I can to start promoting it maybe. It's exactly like at Lambeau. I don't know because I've never been to Lambeau. So from what I've heard from people that have been to Lambeau, this bar is almost like it. So it's like,
yeah, it sounds like a good time. I've only been to Lambeau. I've never been to this bar, so
right. So it's different.
But I'm gonna need them to start playing "Bang on the Drum" after touchdowns. You got to be authentic about it.
Wait, how does "Bang on the Drum" go again? Maybe they did "Bang on the Drum" instead of "Roll the Barrel." I don't know. It was something. They played something. It might be "Bang on the Drum."
Look it up after this.
Okay, and I'll let you know. Okay. So, do we want to break it down between quarters now, like the major plays?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And I lost it already. No. Okay. First quarter. What was your main impression?
First quarter. I'm trying to remember what happened in the first quarter.
I asked James about this, if that makes you better. So I wrote down the Jaden Reed passing touchdown. That was the only score.
Yeah.
And also, just quick for you guys that did not know, that we won 20-19. It was a really close game.
Josh Jacobs, I know he started out hot, so I feel like I was apprehensive about the change from Aaron Jones, but I feel like ultimately it has paid off for us. Josh Jacobs I think he's fourth in the league in yards, and ranked in the top 10 in several other stats.
And got his first ever passing touchdown too, or receiving touchdown too, against the Jaguars or Texans, one of them. He got it finally after 8 years in the league.
Which is, it's surprising, but
yeah,
for him, he got it.
Second quarter. Only thing I have written down is Jordan Love interception.
We don't need to talk about that.
Okay, fine.
But I will say, at least it wasn't. It was an overthrown ball, but at least it wasn't like a stupid
pass.
I'm trying to force this situation like it was in the past, like that pick six against the Lions.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully he figures that out.
So my next point is halftime. How were you feeling at halftime?
Not great because we were down.
Right.
And it certainly felt like we should have had
more points
and probably at least, a decent lead at that point. So it was disappointing to be down at the half and then knowing that they're going to get the ball right away after half. So it was definitely not a good feeling at half. The vibes were low.
Yeah. I agree. The vibes were very, very low at this bar where they had to play moves like Mick Jagger to get everyone pumped up again. They did the that song. They did that song twice to get everyone pumped up, hyped up. They did Jump from Wisconsin Badgers, that classic song. They did that song. They did.
I will say it was very disappointing too that we gave up the Bears' first touchdown in however many quarters it was.
Yeah, it was
for half, so that was also a mood killer.
Third quarter. Are you ready for this one?
Let's do it.
You just mentioned this player. Josh Jacobs rushing touchdown. That was the one where Jordan Love went to the goal line.
That's right.
And then Josh
Jacobs. I feel like that was a touchdown.
See, I don't think it was. He was out of bounds from what I saw.
I think he was over the pylon, though. But, I mean, I also agree that since it was called not a touchdown on the field, there wasn't enough there to overturn it.
Right.
But I do think that was a touchdown.
Speaking of overturns, fourth quarter. Ready for the biggest one? And I know you and I just discussed this. Ready? Christian Watson's 48-yard catch and run. Thoughts?
Well, let me first off start by saying that it was a catch.
You
can sit there and argue all you want about, the ball touched the ground. It moved the ball when he touched the ground. You can argue that all day long. The fact of the matter, it was ruled a catch on the field. It was challenged, so it was reviewed, and it was ruled a catch. There was not enough evidence to say that his hand wasn't under the ball.
Right.
So Bears fans, quit complaining about that.
Also, really quick, Bears fans, stop complaining about the kick too. I've heard that already from you guys. We're about to get into the kick, but no.
Both teams had missed calls.
For sure.
I would say the Packers actually had more
I agree.
calls against us than the Bears. So if you change that one at the end of the game, you got to change all of them. And it's a butterfly effect. So if you change all of them, then you don't know if it even comes down to that kick. So
Thoughts on the Packers going for the touchdown instead of the field goal? I don't remember what quarter.
I didn't like it.
No.
At that situation, you got to take the points. And with it coming down to the field goal at the end and us having to do a 2-point conversion, if we get that field goal earlier and then we don't have to go for a 2-point conversion, there's a 4-point game. So it changes again. It doesn't come down to that field goal at the end there. They have to get a touchdown. So I'm of the opinion where you always get the points.
When you can,
Especially in a close game like that.
It was so close.
Yeah.
It was nerve-wracking. What's the next one I have? So I have Jordan Love rushing touchdown for quarter 4. Apparently he scored one. That was according to James. So I don't know if you heard that or saw that.
I'm trying to remember how we scored our touchdown.
Because I think that was the one where Jordan was like at the goal and then he redid it.
Oh yeah. It was a quarterback sneak. I remember.
Yep.
Yes.
So there's that. Good job, Jordan Love, for a rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
That was
And let's bring it up. He does look healthy.
mm-hmm.
He was running well. He was moving well. So.
Sorry. Yeah. First game ever without a knee brace again.
Yep.
This is scary.
Yep.
Like, first game without a knee brace.
He looks good.
Besides the interception, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like his mobility and stuff
Right.
like that.
Right. Time to bring it up. The blocked field goal. Thank you, Carl Brooks, first of all. That's a shout out to Carl Brooks for blocking that.
He came in clutch.
Yeah. Also, what's up with the Bears saying the kicker was good? Bears fans, do you guys want to talk about it?
I do understand that.
Right.
I think they are mad at their coach because they had the opportunity to run another play, get a few more yards, and I think Santos, he's still their kicker, right? Santos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think
he fired, but I doubt it.
He was like perfect within a certain amount of yardage.
Yeah.
So if they would have like gotten those few extra yards, then their chances are higher, I guess. But
yeah,
I mean, it no matter what the yardage is on the kick, it's his job to make the kick. So the Packers saw in the film that he tends to kick it on a lower trajectory. So the Packers made the play and the Bears didn't. So
yeah. Also, apparently, the Packers have been practicing that too.
Yep.
Is something to notice.
Yep.
That's something that I heard on Pat McAfee is the Packers have been practicing that. So it's okay.
And I tweeted this. The Packers special teams was finally special because they've been very mediocre for feels like forever. So it always feels especially nice when they finally make a big play.
Right. It feels like that's like the first time special teams actually won a game for us. Like, I know it's not, but it feels like that.
In a long time, I feel like it is.
No,
except for kicks.
I was gonna say.
I'm talking about in terms of like any.
No, I know you are. Speaking of Pat McAfee, Joe Douglas getting fired from the Jets.
He's out.
What was your first thought when you saw that?
Well, my first thought was exactly like you said, Pat McAfee. A year and a half ago, when Aaron Rodgers was traded to the Jets, he makes this big statement about Joe Douglas is the man. You know, he's so smart. And
Brian Gutekunst is not good. Yep.
Not good. He's an idiot, basically. So, cold takes exposed.
Right.
Brian Gutekunst still has a job, and Joe
Douglas does not have a job? Joe Douglas.
Yep.
All I want to say is Packer fans, I know Packer fans are celebrating. Don't celebrate a person got fired.
No.
It's someone losing their job.
Yeah, I would never celebrate that.
No,
and especially when I don't feel like the Jets really have anything to do with us, so why would we be celebrating that?
Well, it's because the Aaron Rodgers thing. So is like why people are excited because in my opinion, Joe Douglas shouldn't have done that trade with us.
I mean, but I feel like that's where a lot of the saltiness comes from with Joe Douglas is that Pat McAfee comment about he's the man, he's so smart, and Brian Gutekunst is an idiot. So I think that's where a lot of like the shadiness comes from.
But do you think that? Yeah, I agree. But do you think that has anything to do with Rodgers coming on Pat McAfee's show, though? Do you think Rodgers is telling Pat McAfee to say that, though?
I mean, I think Pat McAfee is Aaron Rodgers' friend, so he's
right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's a homer for Rodgers, so he's going to say.
There's a reason why he's saying that. I have a feeling.
And it's clear that Rodgers didn't like Gutekunst, so.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I agree. I think there's more to that story than what we've been actually told.
I would hope that Pat McAfee sees now that he was wrong at that time. So
people already called him out for that comment today. I already saw that many times. It's gonna be interesting how they take it because Rodgers is supposed to be on their show today, unless if it's tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
That should be interesting.
Yeah, he might push it back to tomorrow because I remember when Saleh got fired, it was on a Tuesday, and Rodgers incredibly didn't go on Pat McAfee that day.
Interesting. Okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. Because I remember looking for Pat McAfee to see Aaron Rodgers to see his reaction, but then it said he'd be on the next day. So
maybe they are. I don't know. That's gonna be interesting how they do that though.
Speaking of firing, when do we think Mike McCarthy is gonna get fired from Dallas? Because I think it's inevitable.
I think it is too.
You think it's gonna be the end of the season, or you think it's gonna be in season?
I don't think they're gonna do it in season.
Yeah, I think there's enough excuses of like Dak being hurt and stuff like that to give him the whole season. But after this season, I think his tenure in Dallas.
Where does he go? Is he retired from the NFL? What do you think?
Maybe the Jets.
I've been saying that. How funny would that be? Rodgers hated McCarthy. How funny would that be? McCarthy going back to Rodgers. Like, and Adams. McCarthy knows Adams too.
Yeah.
How funny would that be?
I mean, who knows? Maybe at this point, Rodgers would go.
Rodgers would accept it, I have a feeling.
Yeah.
I also heard Belichick to the Jets.
I can see Belichick going to Dallas.
I was going to say, I see Belichick going to the Raiders, though, because Tom Brady.
The Raiders are such a hot mess, though, that.
True.
I don't know. No, if I was a coach, I wouldn't go there.
Well, I'm only saying that because Tom Brady is like a part owner of the Raiders. So that's why I was saying that. Because Tom Brady and Belichick loved each other, or like worked well with each other.
I'm not sure if they have a great relationship at this point, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Huh.
I mean, time heals all wounds, so I mean, any hard feelings there could be.
You never know.
Yeah.
There's a reason why the Patriots got rid of Brady.
Right. I don't know either of them, so I can't say where they stand or where they did stand.
Agreed. It's whatever. Why is this episode shorter today? I don't like this. How did we run out of things already to talk about? I don't know.
No problem with that.
True. Let's talk about the 49ers game. Why not? Or do you want to talk about the other games?
Really? No. We don't care about the other games.
Okay. Because most likely I'll bring them up tonight. So.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I have questions for you. Do you want to do questions now or?
Are they're Packers related, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's do them now.
And I changed that one person's name for you, just for you, friend, just for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you see who I changed it to?
No, I didn't. So that's going to be a surprise.
Okay. People want to know, because you mentioned last episode that you were originally a Titans fan. How did you become a Packers fan?
Well, my parents are lifelong Packers fans. Okay. And the only reason why, fun fact, I became a Titans fan is because at the time I was a really big NSYNC fan and Justin Timberlake. And NSYNC was performing somewhere and Justin Timberlake was wearing a Titans jersey. So obviously, because he's from Tennessee. So
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So he was wearing a Titans jersey. And so obviously my 9-year-old self decided that meant I needed to be a Titans fan.
I didn't know he's actually from Tennessee. And then he's a Packer fan now, I think, too. Yep. Which is weird.
Yeah, I think he was just representing his home state, I guess. And the Titans were like a brand new team, so they had recently just moved to Tennessee.
Okay. What was your instant reaction to the blocked field goal?
Obviously, elation. Like, I was down, thinking that we were about to lose to the Bears for the first time in however many years it's been.
Since 2018.
So, obviously, we were all sad and not feeling very good at the start of that field goal. But then I couldn't even see the TV that well, so I didn't know what exactly happened. Then all of a sudden, the commentator was like, "It's blocked." I'm like, and just I was watching with my family. We all just jumped up and started like screaming. So
okay,
it was pure elation. It was positive vibes at that point.
So I would say it's similar to my story, apparently, from what you just said, because I saw the kick and I was like closing my eyes because I was like, please no, like, right. And then I heard people cheering, like jumping up, cheering. And then I opened my eyes and I saw and I heard it. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like when I say cheering, like people were jumping up and down and like screaming, "We won!" And then they did the conga line, which was so funny.
That would be fun.
And they pressured me into joining them too.
Well,
And
I'm
there's
sure
a bit
you're
of
glad
jumping.
you did, didn't you?
What?
I said I bet you're glad that you did, aren't you?
That I joined them?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, but no.
It was fun.
It was fun, but then they told us so the bar's inside and outside, if that makes sense. So we only did the conga on the inside and not on the outside, which we should have. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then someone told us, like, what if we go outside, like, to finish outside? So I went outside, like, to do it, right? And then Mr. Gorilla, I'm not going to say his name just because I don't know if he wants it out there. I know it, but, and I told you it, but I don't know if he wants it out here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So then he pressured me to come back inside. So it was funny. And it was just like a fun experience, I have to say.
Sounds like a blast.
It definitely was. If you guys want to see bar footage, please watch the episode that I posted yesterday.
We definitely need to get you to a Packers game, though.
Okay, fine. Because this episode, yeah, I know. Because this episode will be out Wednesday, so please check it yesterday's video. Okay, 49ers. Oh, wait. Never mind. Ignore me. What would your message be to Bears fans right now if you had to say one thing? Or something.
Besides laughter.
Okay. Smart.
I would say keep doing your thing and don't fire your coach. Keep everything the same. Make no changes. Just keep going.
You're being so nice because James told me you would say something else, and I'm proud you didn't.
Oh, I can imagine James probably has a lot to say.
He said he would say the Bears still suck.
I mean, that's facts, but I didn't have to say that.
And if you guys do not know, James' mom is a diehard Bears fan. James made her drink out of a Packers teacup this morning.
And I retweeted
the
pictures on the Mac account. So go to the Mac account and
did you? Okay.
Yeah, on the Mac Twitter account.
Thank you so much. I didn't do that.
Well, James requested it, so
I know he requested me too, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I betrayed that rule. And if you guys do not know, Cassie is taking over a little bit of this Mac's social media. So if you get a message, it's probably from her or me. It depends. It's kind of confusing on who does it.
Doesn't really matter.
I know. It's one of us.
You call us twins anyway, so.
What?
I said you call us twins anyway, so.
If you guys need us, just please message the Mac account. We'll reach back to it soon. And we're going to make a Mac Blue Sky. I forgot to tell you that. We're going to make a Mac Blue Sky because people have been asking us to do that.
I feel like everybody's moving over there, so.
I mean, I'll keep both because I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the question I told you I changed the name just for you. Keep this one short because I made this person a person that you wanted to speak to. I know. Keep this short. If Mason Crosby, I know he's your favorite, watches this episode, what would your message be to him?
I would just tell him that he's the man and thank you for all your years in Green Bay. Mm-hmm. There's a reason why you're the Packers' all-time leading scorer. And well, I would say that we did miss you for the last year and a half, but thankfully now we have the kicker situation figured out again. But
yeah, until this off season though, because he's only here for one season.
Yeah, I feel like they got to try to give him another contract though.
McManus, you mean?
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna do it too. I hope he does. 49ers. It's time to talk about it.
They're not doing well this year, but they are still the 49ers, and for some reason, the 49ers have had our number.
But I feel like it's different in regular season than postseason, though.
It is. We do usually do better in regular season against them, but it doesn't
It's at
matter. They make
home.
me nervous.
It's at home too. Agreed. One thing to note is Bosa might be out, which helps.
Who might be out?
Nick Bosa.
Oh, yeah.
That might help. Just for a warning, I do not cheer for injuries, but that would help.
Yeah, never cheer for injuries.
That would help us. I have not watched a single 49ers game. Oh my God. Let's just say
I've
that.
watched them here and there, but I mean, they're definitely not the 49ers of last year, at least yet. I mean, still time for them to kind of figure things out, but yeah, it doesn't matter how the 49ers have been performing all season. They make me nervous no matter what. So,
okay.
And again, it all depends on which Packers team shows up on Sunday.
Right.
So hopefully it's the one that finds everything figured out.
Yeah. I'm going to say 2 words. Give your first word. Ready for this?
Give my first what?
Word or statement about this person. Are you ready for this? Devondre Campbell. Do I have to say anything else?
No.
He is on the 49ers.
And sometimes when a player leaves the Packers and they yap a lot, I'll go on Twitter and see what the new fans' reaction of him is. And I know that the 49ers fans have not been loving him. So all I'm going to say is how long until he starts complaining about it's the environment, it's the coaches, it's the scheme. It's always everything besides him with Devondre.
Right.
And I loved Devondre his first year and a half with the Packers or whatever. But I just don't respect it when a player starts being a drama queen.
You could say the same thing about Za'Darius Smith,
yeah,
too.
Za'Darius is actually 10 times worse than Devondre.
Yeah. But I feel like Rasul Douglas is getting that kind of way too, apparently. Because apparently Rasul was one of them that spoke against Barry too. And I just heard about this recently.
I'm okay with that though. Barry needed to go way before we let him go. So
no, agreed.
I think it's fair for players to express their dismay for a coach. And I'm sure that was a lot of Jair's issues last year was the fact that we didn't get rid of Barry. So
speaking of Jair, what's happening to him? Is he going to get traded? I've heard that rumor already. Trading Jair. What happened?
Well, it's not going to happen this year because it's past the trade deadline. So it's disappointing with him the last couple seasons of so many injuries. But
is he going to get traded in the offseason?
Me personally, I think it was a major mistake of us not addressing the cornerback position at all in the offseason, whether by draft or free agency.
Yeah.
So,
in
order to move on from Jair, there's got to be an obvious replacement there, and right now we don't have that.
And there's none. Yeah. Is there an Xavier McKinney in this year's free agencies, cornerback class, maybe? I don't think so.
But yeah.
Who knows? It's going to be incredible to see what we do for that. Because I agree.
Yeah.
In order to trade Jair, we need one better and less injured.
Which really, this would have been the season to draft a cornerback then and develop him for a year with Jair still on the team. If this is assuming that we move on from Jair, we might not. He might,
Well, I don't think we would based on his contract, though, because those numbers are high. And like I told James, what team do you think would trade him? I don't see there as a team that would want Jair right now. Yes, teams would want him, but for what?
Right.
Trade him for what?
Right.
Because they're also going to have to take on Jair's cap space money too, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
So there's that. There's the injury history. Who's going to take him? I don't see a team right now that would, honestly.
Right.
Maybe
I think might be his saving grace is the fact that he was Brian Gutekunst's first draft pick.
Right.
So I think he has a lot of pride in that.
True.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. I know I said we would only mention the 49ers game, but seems how we won't do a video next week. Do we want to discuss Thanksgiving game? Maybe.
The Dolphins, right?
Yep. Two words. Ready for this? Joe Barry revenge game. I know I said 2, but it's 4.
Yeah, Joe Barry revenge. Okay.
As
We're
you know.
all so
Yeah.
scared of what Joe Barry will do, I'm sure.
Wait, are you really?
No.
Oh, I was like, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's Tua. It's Tyreek. It's the Waddle.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about the Thanksgiving game. Number one, just the fact that the Dolphins haven't been performing that well this year, even with Tua back.
Oh, okay.
And number two, the fact that it's a night game at late November in Green Bay. So I think all of that is to our advantage.
Where did it go?
Can you still see me?
Yeah. That's weird. Can you hear me? Can you
Yeah,
see
you
me?
were like frozen.
Oh. Anyways.
That's okay. It wasn't that long. What was the last thing you heard me say?
The Frozen game. Night game.
Yeah. So I feel confident in the fact that it's a night game the end of November in Lambeau against a warm weather team. So if we don't win it, then it'll be a major disappointment.
Agreed.
And if we do win it, I know Jordan Love better get his turkey leg this time.
Are you on that train too?
Yes.
Of course you are.
We were robbed. Like every other team that won on Thanksgiving last year got a turkey except for.
Yeah, but did you hear rumors about that?
What? Yeah, because Greg Olsen ate it.
No.
What?
I heard something else. There was apparently 2 for that game.
Mm-hmm.
The one that Greg Olsen ate was the 3rd one. They had one with the Packers logo, apparently.
So why didn't they give it to us?
Exactly. That was the rumor I heard, is they had one, and they didn't give it to us.
Well, they better give it to us this year. Actually, they better give us 2 this year to make up.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Don't let Tyreek Hill eat the turkey legs. Let Jordan Love eat them.
Right.
It's Florida players coming into the cold. We saw this with Derrick Henry in 2020.
Yep.
Same situation.
Yep.
Yes, it's a wide receiver this time.
I hope it's
If we have Jair Alexander back, watch out.
I think we will by then. I think there's a good chance that Jair might sit out this next game, but
agreed.
The fact that it's not like a major ACL or MCL, at least what we've heard of, then I think there's some good hope that he should be back at least by then.
Another player that we have to mention, because you just mentioned injuries, Marshawn Lloyd.
Poor guy. He just can't catch a break.
What?
He can't catch a break.
No. I heard that the Packers took him off IR, like activated him. And I'm like, that does not make sense.
Well, they're going to put him on the non-football injury list.
NFI, but that would take him out for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Well, no.
I think they were like working with the NFL of what their options would be.
Because it's 2 different injuries, from what I understand.
Right.
Can you even do that? Because I thought you could only put them on once for the IR list.
I feel like there should be some like
a rule for that.
Flexibility. Like if it's like a repeated injury of like the same injury, then I feel like it should be like, okay, that's your season.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like a freak circumstance of where
this is like an accident, kind of, not accident, but it's something different. So it should be.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out.
Poor Marshawn Lloyd, though.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys did not hear, in case you guys do not have social media, Marshawn Lloyd had appendicitis, right?
Yeah, and then he got appendectomy.
Appendectomy, which is the removal of the appendix. And that's dangerous.
Yeah, my mom had it probably like 10 years ago, and she was hospitalized for like 2 weeks because it had burst during surgery.
Oh, no.
It was a bad situation. It is definitely not a situation that you can play around with.
Mm-hmm. I know it's almost an hour, so it's on half hour.
Yeah.
Do we want to do final thoughts, I guess? We really have nothing planned, and I'm sorry, guys.
I feel like we already said our final thoughts, which is Bears fans, quit complaining.
True.
The game is done.
You forgot about Pat McAfee, too.
Pat McAfee's going to keep being Pat McAfee, so he's It's his job to yap, so he's gonna keep yapping.
Yeah. Just continue with final thoughts if you have any more.
Go Pack Go.
Oh, it's Wicked Week.
And it's Wicked Week.
That's not the right podcast.
4 days for me, 5 days for Mary.
Yes. And I'm sorry. Sorry.
If you want to know what she's apologizing for, it's because she's missing the 49ers game.
I'm missing half of it. I'm not missing the full game. No.
You're missing enough of it.
Okay, fine.
But I will excuse it for Wicked. But
Okay.
just one time.
Okay, fine. Well, okay. Yeah. Ooh, I need to discuss something wicked about you with after.
Okay.
I want to hear your opinion. Because it's something about the film that they decided to do, which is
really? All right, we'll talk
after
after
that. I'll say it now. As we know, people don't know. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo said do not sing, right? For the movie in November. In December, they're doing a sing-along for it.
Nice.
That's smart on their hands. Because it's around Christmas time, more people. I'm going to go to that second viewing just to sing along to Defying Gravity.
Yeah.
Like, I heard they extended Defying Gravity by 14 minutes. Like, for the
Really?
talking and everything. Yeah.
It's already a long song.
It's longer than the Broadway's version, from what I've heard. Cynthia Erivo.
I'm a little upset about it because that means I won't know every word because there'll be new words.
No, so it's the same words. There's just more scenes with it, apparently. So it's all the talking before Defying Gravity is what they counted.
Yeah.
And it's all like the flipping and moving and stuff. My final thoughts is just to let you guys know, this is not really a final thought, but I'm going to say it right now. We will probably be back the first week of December. I'm saying this as a question.
Is next week the last week of November?
Let me check.
By the way, November has flown by.
Yeah, it is. It is the last week of November.
Okay, so we'll be back the first week of December.
Or no, that might lead us into Nick, actually. Because you said you're going to Atlanta, right?
I'm going to Atlanta the third week of December.
Oh! So yeah, we could do it first week. As like a live stream or something.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out. So we won't see you guys till the end of December. Or, oh my god, wow. Beginning of December. And what do you have coming up? Anything?
Just the Midnight Disnerds podcast, which will also be the beginning of December for the Wicked episode.
Wicked Part 1. What's that right now? Wicked Part 1. And I'm excited.
Part 2 next year. Part 2 is next year.
I'm excited.
Thankfully, we don't have to wait like 4 years or something like that.
Just imagine.
That would suck.
Please no.
Yeah.
Yeah. We finally have Wicked. It's finally here. Countdown. They've done all the premieres. All of them. And I did hear rumors of Idina Menzel is in One Short Day.
Well, did you see that she was at the premiere?
I did see that. She was actually in the London one too.
She what?
I think she was at the London one too. Nice. Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel are in One Short Day. I've heard from Stephen Schwartz, who wrote the music for Wicked.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much a credible source for that. What do you have coming up besides that?
I think that's it. I'm not as busy as you without
whatever.
Podcasts.
Okay, I mean, yeah. So, like I said, you can. This is coming out Wednesday, so please check out the bar footage that I filmed that I uploaded yesterday, and I am going live with Brady on Tuesday night at 7 Central. I'm like, what time am I doing it again? And then, because this will be put up on Wednesday, aka tomorrow for us, because we're filming this on Tuesday around 4:30 Central, 4 Eastern. Mary, will be live with my friend Ryan, who I met at the bar on Thursday night at 5:30 Central. So it should be fun. If you guys want to meet him, please, please, please put questions in chat. I will be making sure to read questions. Where can people find you, friend?
Already said it once, but she said Cass. That's Twitter and Blue Sky.
You can also find me on Twitter, Blue Sky. It's the Mary 90118710. I'm not making it shorter. People have already asked me to do it. I'm like, nope, no can do. Because this one's like special to me. This one's like my second Twitter.
Well,
So
when you first followed me, I will say that I thought you were like a bot account.
Really?
Because bots always have like name, number. So I'm like, oh, this is a bot.
Well, okay, I did it because all of them mean something to me though. Like 90 is Lucas Van Ness, 11 is Sammy Watkins, and then 10 is Love. Maybe I might change it then if it's confusing for you. And then I'll just change it on Blue Sky.
I mean, I say do you. I'm always a fan of people being their authentic self. So if you like it, then stick with it.
Also, please, guys, check out parts 1 through 4 of our anniversary show. That was so much fun. I was in chat answering questions for people that had them all 4 days. It was wild. And we can officially say this. We're officially 2. The podcast is officially 2 now. 2nd year anniversary. Started today, officially. Well, started yesterday. And what else? I feel like there's something else. Oh, next week is Thanksgiving week, as we said. So we will not be recording or live streaming. So I will be collaborating with Sounds Gouda, our friends at Rob and Jordan. And Cassie, I don't know if your plans are for next week. Because I don't know when we're doing it. So I'll let you know when it gets closer.
Sounds good.
When they tell me, because they haven't told me yet.
Yeah.
So Sounds Gouda, if you guys are watching, please figure that out. Also, if you guys need anything, please message us on Twitter, X, at MacPodcast365. It's either Cassie or I will be answering the DM. Most likely it would be me or Cassie. It depends on like what the question is actually too.
Yeah.
And I will be making a Blue Sky for the podcast as well. So please follow us on Blue Sky. Please subscribe to the YouTube account. And I think that's it. Is there anything else?
I don't think so.
We will see you guys the first week of December.